Hi everyone. So today I have a bit of time to film because for some reason everyone is asleep right now. So in my last video I did mention that I went to Japan and I came back with a whole bunch of stuff. I don't feel like it was too much, but it often did feel like we were shopping over there because let's face it, when in Tokyo, shop and eat. That's what I say. I did buy quite a few things, especially because a lot of my favorite brands are Japanese. When I was there in person, I made the most of it and grabbed a few things that I had been eyeing for a while. So yeah, let's get started because there's quite a few things. I'm gonna go by brand. I think that's probably the easiest way to go about it. And I'm gonna start with my favorite ones. Can you guess? Can you guess which brand? So I'm gonna start off with Suqqu, which is my favorite brand of all time, one of my favorite brands of all time, and one of my favorite Japanese brands. They are a luxury brand and they're found in a lot of department stores. I went to the one in Isetan and the counter was absolutely just so busy. I mean, I did go during school holidays and I think summer in general is a very popular time for people and tourists to go. So I had to get a number and then come back. And it was during one of those times when Joy just wasn't having it. So when it got to my turn, I kind of just pointed at a few things and said, just pack those up for me, that's what I want. Because honestly, I just didn't have time to browse. So I did pick up the 3 new quads that came out recently. I'm not going to try and pronounce the Japanese names because my Japanese is non-existent, but this is what they look like. There's this one, which is number 10. I think it's quite pretty. I must say though, I kind of don't like the fact that Suqqu is going into the direction of all shimmery shadows in their quads. I much preferred it when they had at least a few mattes. One matte would be good, at least. They perform more like a satin, but the texture of these are really flattering on the eyes. If you have kind of crepey eyelids, mature eyelids, they're gonna look really nice on your eyelids. And I will say that I do like the color combinations on here. I mean, if you didn't know about Suqqu and you looked at the counter and you saw this, you might think this is a boring quad. It's nothing special. But when you place them on your eyes, they just work. The color combinations are really good. This is the other one in number 11. It's similar to the one I just showed you, but it's slightly, I would say slightly, kind of deeper in tones. And then the last one I got is 120. And this is the one that kind of surprised me in the color choices. I don't feel like there's quite enough depth to it. I'm the kind of person that likes to have a little bit of a darker outer V, and so this shade, which is the deeper shade, doesn't quite do it for me, but it is nice for like a wash over the lid kind of thing if you want to do that. I definitely did not expect to enjoy this one, but I do like it. Honestly, I just wish Suqqu would just throw in a matte, just at least one matte. It probably does cater more towards the Japanese market because a lot of the time I see quads being all shimmers because people like shimmers. I also did pick up this bronzer highlighter duo because I've never actually tried their highlighters. This is not a shimmery highlight, and then this is a matte bronzer, which I kind of like. It is kind of more on the natural side and I quite like it. I think it would be nice if Suqqu did kind of release more in their permanent range because I feel like every release they have is a limited edition thing. And then the last thing I purchased from Suqqu is this lipstick. They have different formulas of lipsticks and this is one of them, and this is the first of them that I've tried. And now when I looked at the color, I thought, wow, this is such a bright, beautiful color. But again, because I didn't even swatch anything at the store. I just said, I want these things. They packed it up for me. And this was one of the shades. This is actually a sheer color, which I actually don't mind because I feel like this is a really nice My Lips But Better color. It's very moisturizing, nourishing, and I'm kind of at that point where I want comfortable lips. So while I was waiting to be served at Suqqu, I did go and have a browse of the 3 counter because 3 is another brand that I really like, and I feel like that brand is quite minimal in its aesthetic. They focus very much on kind of natural ingredients, things like that. And I do like their style. I do like what they have to offer. I feel like they cater more towards the chic, glossier kind of style because everything is like applied, you know, naturally applied. And I did pick up a few things, although when I did actually unpack everything, I did notice that they packed 2 of the same color of this eye gloss, and I was kind of annoyed, but my loss is my sister's gain. So I just gave that to my sister to use. I've used it 2 times now and I have to say I don't like it. And I'm glad I only picked up 2 because I don't think these work for me. this creases on me and it just kind of gives my eyelid a bit of pigmentation, but not much. It kind of blends to nothing and then it creases. So that's why I'm very wary of anything creamy that goes on my eyelids, because I haven't found anything that works. Please let me know if you know of a product like this that works, because I kind of like the idea of a cream liquid eyeshadow, but they just don't go well on my eyelids. And I do have kind of oily eyelids. There's lots of folds, so lots of opportunities for creasing. Then I also got this shade, which is more of a nude shade. This is Ancient Knowledge. It's kind of like a light taupe. And this, again, blends to nothing, kind of, and creases. If you have these, let me know how you use them to avoid creasing, or do you hate them as well? Because they're just not working for me. The last makeup related thing I bought from 3 is this Epic Mini Dash in 11 State of Grace, and I love this shade. I also have this one that I purchased a while ago in 02, and I really like these. These are just so easy to use. You can just put it on your cheeks and then just with your finger kind of blend it out, or with a brush. But I feel like they're really nice, kind of easy to use products, and they just look really natural, which I like. And I do love an orange blush, so I decided to get this shade and I really like it. Kind of wish I could just return these and pick up some more of these cheek tints. I think this is one of my favorite products from 3. Now, I did also buy 2 skincare items from 3 because I do like their skincare items in the past that I've tried, and I wanted to try these 2 because I think these were considered their best sellers. This is their cleansing balm. And now it's been a really long time since I've used a cleansing balm, because most of the time I just use a cleansing oil. This is what it looks like. Really nice, kind of simple packaging, but very kind of luxe feeling. And the smell is really nice. It just smells like kind of essential oils, but not too strong, which I like. I also bought this treatment lotion, and this is in a really cool packaging. I just kind of like how it looks. I have yet to use this, but I'm excited to do so because I like their skincare. So yeah, I will let you know how I feel about these hopefully in the future, or if you have any questions, please ask away. Okay, so last department store brand that I want to talk about is Addiction by Ayako. I don't actually have any of their singles, but my sister and my mom have, and I've tried them in the past. They're amazing. So when I went to their counter and I saw that they had released these palettes, I believe they're limited edition. They're kind of 9-pan palettes. They have 6 different variations. I went and bought them, and I wanted to play with them because I had such high hopes for these. This is probably one of the most disappointing things that I've purchased this year. Not only are they freaking expensive at $90 a pop, the pigmentation is just so not good. This one has the nice limited edition packaging. I like it. I like the packaging, but you know, makeup has to be more than the packaging, doesn't it? I can't put the packaging on my face. The color combinations in here are really nice. I feel like they're quite different than what I usually see. This one is one. I think this is a really interesting color combo. This one, I mean, this is really fun. And then this one. But the actual eyeshadows themselves just take so much work. They're pressed extremely firmly. So for example, the shimmers, they barely show up at all. I mean, that's a finger swatch. Finger swatches are supposed to be generally pretty good. Mind you, there are palettes that I have that swatch poorly with fingers and go well on the eyes, but this is not one of them. In order for these shimmers to actually really shine like they do in the pan, you need to use a glitter glue. That's the only way they're gonna work. If you try and apply them even with your finger, it's really not gonna show up that well. Same with the mattes. While they're workable, you really have to go in and blend and blend and blend and blend. And when I have been using these, you know, in the morning getting ready for work, I don't want to be spending a lot of time with my eyeshadows. These require extra time. So I have been so disappointed. I was expecting to love them. And I feel like that's why I'm just kind of really annoyed about it. I had really enjoyed the ones that I had used in the past, but the formula of these are not the same as they are in their singles. They really missed the mark on this. It could have been way better. If you're thinking about buying these, save your money, buy something else. So moving on from that rant to my Hakuhodo haul. I went into the Hakuhodo store. Let me tell you, I feel like that store is not really that easy to find, but I found it eventually, which is great because it was raining heavily and we got in there drenched. I have not very many Hakuhodo brushes. In the past I did buy a few, but it was kind of like random ones. The annoying thing about some of the brushes is that they don't have the actual name of the brush on the handles. So I know some people put the actual label on there and but I don't. So I don't know what this is. It's a kind of very petite crease brush or pencil brush. I like it. I have used these two though. They look very similar, but they're not the same somehow. They're made of different type of hair. I don't know what the range is called, but with the orange handles, and I love orange. Orange is my favorite color. And this is the S26. This is the S127, 126 and 127. I'm at that point in my life where I don't want anything really harsh to go on my eye because I feel like sometimes I get really sensitive. I don't want to disturb my eyelid too much. They're already creepy as it is. I know this is kind of a first world problem, but you know, this is why I like kind of softer brushes. This is another one that she got. If I know the name of it, I'm going to put it on the screen, but I don't know what this is. And ignore my broken nail. It reminds me kind of, in terms of shape, of the e.l.f. contour brush. But obviously this one is way softer than this one. I got this other one, which is a angled liner brush in S163. I love angled liner brushes because I feel like I often do winged liner with powder. And I also got this one, which I've already used. This is a small shader brush. Again, don't know the name. Don't ask me about the name, but the name's gonna be on the screen. I got this brush, which is supposed to be, I haven't even opened it. This is supposed to be one of their most popular cheap brushes, like for highlighter and things like that. And then I got two more, so I didn't really go too crazy with the Hakuhodo brushes. I've got this one, which is for foundation or cream contour, cream anything. And then this teeny tiny little pencil brush, which I felt like this is a unique shape and I don't feel like I've seen this in a lot of places. And I also like the handle because I do have quite a few Hakuhodo brushes with that kind of handle. And I also do prefer the shorter handles as well. I think the awesome thing about the Hakuhodo brushes is that you can choose the size of the length of the handle from, you know, regular to medium and then short. And I like the short ones because when I'm using a mirror, I tend to hold the mirror really close because my eyesight isn't that fantastic these days, and then, you know, so it doesn't knock into the mirror. I also got this one. This is the last one I got and I've already used it several times. The annoying thing about this one is that it sheds. It's shedded. It's been shedding. So that's kind of frustrating. I haven't washed it yet, so once I wash it and get all the initial shedding bits out, hopefully this won't continue to shed. So that's what I got from Hakuhodo. It wasn't really that much, but I was trying to just tone it down a bit because they're not the cheapest brushes around. So last couple things I want to share are in these giant bags that I have yet to quite unpack, that came in the duty-free sealed bags. And they're from the drugstore. They're all these things like mascaras, liners, all that stuff that I like to stock up on because my favorite liners and mascaras are the Japanese ones because they're so good. Again, I'll try and organize these by brand so there's some sort of rhyme and reason to this. So I did get some liners from One Day Tattoo because I have used these in the past and have really enjoyed them. The girls from Beauty News I believe they did a swatch video, how many swatches in one of these liners, and I think it was quite a lot. And from my experience, these last for months and months and months. So I really do enjoy them. I got this one in super black and in black brown because why not? I also got this eyeliner from Dolly Wink as well, and Dolly Wink also make one of my favorite liquid eyeliners. They're just really, really black. They last for a long time. I can't quite remember the price, but I do feel like they're quite comparable to Australian drugstore eyeliners, if not less. It does really depend on the exchange rate. The Australian dollar is tanking, so now it is a bit more expensive, unfortunately. I also got these two liners. These are colored liners, and I have never tried these before, but I thought I'd try them out. I just thought they looked really fun. I swatched these in stores because they had some testers. So I wanted to try these. I don't know if they'll be any good, but I'll let you know. I think I'm good for liners for a while. at least for the year. I also did stock up, of course, on mascaras. I did buy these two from Moat Mascara. These are quite popular. This is a lash primer. So I haven't used a lash primer in a while. So I'm willing to give this a go. And then this is their Impact 1 mascara. I think this is their original one, possibly. And then I also bought 2 mascaras from DUP, I think that's the name of the brand. This brand is quite well known for their lashes. Their lashes are super natural. Like if you are on the market for some really, really natural lashes, like no one will tell that you're wearing any falsies because they literally just look like your own lashes, then DUP makes some really, really great lashes. I did want to try the mascaras because I've never tried them before. This one has fibers in it. I have really short lashes, and if I can add some length, all the better. And this is their volume one. So volume and length, that's what I need. I need everything I can get from a mascara. Now in the lash department, I did see that they were selling some interesting tools, and I don't usually test out gimmicky things, but this really had my attention. This is the hot eyelash curler. I'm hoping that I won't have any accidents while this is being used because it is kind of scary, but I feel like this might work. My lashes are really stubborn, so even though I curl my lashes, sometimes, depending on the mascara, they can kind of start to droop. So I really want to give this a go. Now the last couple of things I bought were the skincare items, and I did want to stock up on some favorites, including this one from Hada Labo. This is the Gokuyun Premium. It's like a lotion, a toner. It's super hydrating. If you have dry skin or you kind of wake up with your skin feeling quite tight, this is like giving your face a drink of water. It's so good. So I bought a refill because I already have a bottle. I've been using it daily for about 6 months, and I'm already halfway. So I feel like it really went a long way. I also got this Speedy Perfect Whip. This is the foam version of the original one that they have in the tube. I've used that one in the past and I love it. Now what I really liked about this cleanser is that I felt like a little really went a long way, and it did build up to a really nice lather, which I like. By the way, I am doing a giveaway at the end of this video, and I will be giving away one of these in the tube form. Now this is by the same brand as this, and I have never seen this before. This one has collagen in it. So I thought I'd give this one a go because I like the blue one so much, the original. I also bought this cleansing lotion. The main reason I bought it is because it said #1. So I was like, okay, it's probably good. It kind of just looks like water, and I'm hoping it's not just water. So let me know, have you used that product? Do you know anything about it? I have actually tried something from this brand before. This is the Extra Oil Cleansing. I like a good cleansing oil, so I've not tried this before and I thought I'd give it a go. Hard to find something that matches up to my Suqqu one, but I'm always willing to give things a go. Now maybe this is TMI, but I have terribly dry feet, and so I thought I'd try this out. This is the Baby Foot for soft and smooth feet. Remove hard skin with fruits acid and 17 types of natural extracts. I mean, that sounded pretty good to me. Now I bought these skincare packs as well because I have not tried either of these, and I think this is a new release. So I thought I'd give it a go because you know what? These are quite good for travel anyway. Not that I travel that much these days, but if I do, I have options. And I do like the fact that they offer like a smaller version of their bestsellers. Now this is a mask. It looks citrusy, and there's an avocado. So I'm intrigued by this. Have you guys used it? Is it good? What's your favorite face mask? Now the last thing I bought is by the brand Dew. I believe this is somewhat of a new brand. I like a good primer or moisturizer with an SPF in it because I feel like the Australian environment is very harsh. The sun is very harsh, and I need a lot of protection on my face because I do get sunspots. I think this was actually not that cheap. I think this is actually pretty pricey for a drugstore item. I can't remember the price. I think maybe $40. I was surprised when I went to check out. So that was everything I hauled in Japan in terms of makeup and skincare. I don't think I went too crazy. I mean, I mostly stuck to brands that I already know and love. I mean, some of the skincare items I just wanted to try because they said #1, and I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. So yeah, let me know if you've tried any of these items, or if you have been to Japan and have anything to recommend, let me know, because I might be going back next year. I don't know. I'd like to go back next year. Before I go, I did want to say that I've put together a pack of things that I'm going to give away that I bought in Japan, and they're kind of all things that were recommended to me, like this pore serum and some of their cheek products. So if you want to enter, please let me know in the comments below that you'd like to enter. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Also, thank you for subscribing, because I just hit 5,000 and I just think that's crazy. I'm really thankful and grateful that you're here watching me, because sometimes I wonder why people even watch me. So I will be doing another giveaway soon. Please stay tuned for that. Enough rambling from me. If you want to see more of my face, please subscribe, and I hope to catch you next one. Thanks for watching.